Lockdown eases, traffic resumes. Hello one and all, and welcome to Seen Through Glass. Welcome to a pretty beautiful but very busy day here in London. Can I just kickstart this video by saying thank you so much for all your support on my recent videos. They seem to have gone down really well, and it's just been amazing and really encouraging to see your fantastic comments, so thank you. I have noticed though, some of you asking what's happened to my podcast Behind the Glass, because in recent weeks we haven't released any new episodes, but there is a reason why. To explain more, I need to head to Gravelwood Car Sales.
Oh.
You're not dead!
No, I'm here, mate. How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I mean, we can't...
No, this is as close as we're allowed to get, I think.
Yeah.
Look at you pretending to work.
No, I'm working. I'm actually trying to buy some gold.
Well, I know you're working because this is basically the reason why we haven't done a podcast.
I know.
I'm here to answer the question everyone's been asking, what's happened to Behind the Glass?
Will it come back? I mean, it is going to come back.
It's going to come back, but as you can see, by this very messy desk, this man has been trying to get his business back up and running, haven't you?
I'm trying to get back some of the money I've lost.
I want to check out some cars. Have you still got the S-Class Coupe?
No, so gone.
What?
Gone, mate.
That was literally here last week.
Well, it's gone.
Okay, a bar, the 595, the little 595.
Both gone.
I mean, I don't know whether to congratulate you or be fuming.
We have sold 30 cars this month so far.
No need to show off, mate.
It's the 15th, 2 a day. Very good.
Right.
Very good for us. We normally sell 30 cars in a month, so we've sold 30 cars already.
Such a show off these days. Right, no, that's enough. I'm going to go and check downstairs what you actually have.
Not a lot.
Whilst you continue to pretend to text people for business.
If you walk round the car park,
yeah.
There's cars scattered around the car park. There's cars on the
Please tell me that old Rolls Royce is yours. Have you seen that yet?
No, it's not.
I'm going to go film that.
Where is it?
Right, I'll come back and find you in a bit.
See you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Well, the S-Class Coupe that I wanted to check out has gone, but this has not. Ladies and gentlemen, a stunning 2013 Bentley Continental. Now, you all know I'm a huge fan of the new Bentley Continental, but I'm starting to appreciate this old, chunkier version. This is actually a V8 car, but I think the spec is super nice. It's the slightly more updated one with the sort of, more recent headlights and wheels, and then the interior of this one is awesome as well. This car, can you believe it? I think this is just below 52k listed on Tony's website. What a steal for a car that I think you could easily convince people at the pub is still a 150 grand car. I know lots of you sometimes get sick with Porsche content, but check out mainly the interior on this 991 911. It's so rare these days you see a 911 with a non-black interior, and this is, the antithesis of non-black. It is all tan and all leather, super elegant, and can you believe it? Circa 40 grand for this amazing, naturally aspirated Porsche 911. Someone come and buy this before I try to. Honestly, what a win. I'm actually impressed.
Really?
Yes!
Is it close?
Mate, is it close? My pinky could just fit in there.
I did used to drive a bus.
You did used to drive a bus. Come on.
Yeah, that's
You're proud of that, aren't you? You're proud of that. I think most of you know that I have recently chosen and purchased my new daily, but I wanted to come down here today to check out that S-Class Coupe just to make sure I hadn't made the wrong choice. But anyway, it doesn't really matter, because fundamentally, S-Class Coupe and that Bentley Continental, etc., they're just not the cars that I want. Whilst they are sort of in the price bracket that I've been looking at, they're a little bit high, but they're also massively impractical. My daily needs to be something very usable, very comfortable for when I'm not in cars like Bentleys and Merc S-Class Coupes. So I've kind of gone a bit more this route. But anyway, that's too much of a teaser. Stay tuned for that information. Now, I've never been a massive fan of the RS6. However, since the new one came out, these older shaped cars are a steal. This one, sub 31 grand. And I have to say, I really like the spec. The wheels, the paint, it all just comes together really well. And so, yes, as I say, for me, they've always been a bit too big with a bit too much hype. But if you buy into the hype and you kind of want the ultimate fast family wagon, can you do any better for that kind of money? Not sure you can. The real reason that we haven't been able to record any episodes of Behind the Glass recently is that Tony and I have just been too busy trying to get our businesses back up and running now that sort of COVID lockdown restrictions have been eased ever so slightly. Of course, UK dealerships are allowed to be open again, which means Tony can get back at it selling cars like he explained he was doing. And for me, it means that I can finally get back out there filming, and manufacturers are giving press drive opportunities, and I can get to dealerships and review things and just make content again. And whilst we love the podcast, we enjoy doing the podcast so much, it basically makes us no money. We earn such tiny amounts of money from YouTube, and then we don't really get any other kind of sponsorship. So it's more of a hobby. We both do it as a hobby, and whilst of course in the future it might grow and build to become something which makes us cash, right now we've got to focus on what actually definitely brings us cash. And for Tony, that's selling cars, and for me, it's making content. So of course we want to get back to making more episodes as soon as possible. And I do have a plan, which I'm going to get onto in a second, which is kind of what's going to be happening with the podcast in the weeks ahead, just when Tony isn't available to record or when I'm off filming. But of course, as things get a bit more normal, as we sort of ease back into whatever this new normality is, we'll find a new sort of structure to our weeks and be able to slot in recording and releasing episodes again. So don't worry, Behind the Glass is going nowhere. It just might be a bit more sporadic in its uploads rather than the usual Monday uploads. Anyway, yeah, it's weirdly muggy today, and I'm starting to get a bit hot, so let's go and find some air conditioning. Do I get commission if people buy cars from the video today?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
I literally never expected you to say yes just then. I thought you were going to be like, John, what should people say? Okay, so if you're going to buy a car from Gravelwood that you've seen in this video, to say that you've...
Sam.
I might get 10 grand. So yeah, just like...
Well, I mean, if you sell them all, he does get 10 grand, yeah, no problem.
Now, I thought what we could do is like a quick fire, Tony's opinions on some of the things that we would have discussed if we'd done an episode in recent weeks. Because people have been going, I want to know Tony's thoughts. Yeah, or you more than me.
No, they've missed both of us, mate.
Okay.
Because I read the comments as well.
Do you?
When
I read them, I just hear people going, oh, where's Tony? I'm like, oh, alright guys,
yeah,
sorry.
But you know why? You know why they ask about me more than... Because they see you all the time.
Yeah, good point.
That's why.
Good point, yeah.
It's not because they like you.
Familiar.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, so, first things first, 4 Series.
Looks like a fish.
Yeah. The worst thing ever.
But it will grow on people, because I did an 135 here, and that's the same. It's got big grills on it, and the guy that bought it said, I don't know why everyone's slagging it off, it looks alright. People don't like change, you see. That's exactly it.
And let's not forget that the McLaren 720S that we all thought was a disaster, and now it's actually like, actually it doesn't look so bad.
It was a disaster.
Visually, not so bad. No. Turbo S, I drove it.
I know, tell me. We haven't spoken about this.
No, and I know that it's a car that you would be very overexcited by. It's really good. I actually think you would love it. It's really good.
It's just really good.
It's just really good.
Yeah.
They're like...
But that's like all of them, mate. They're all just really good.
And I think all Turbo S's have just been really good. There's like that's it. And so it's just a better version of the previous one. So I think it's up your street, but it's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm not buying a new one.
How much was the old one? 150 with options or more?
Tiny bit more. So the 991.2. So the last.
The one that I drove last year.
Correct.
Yeah.
That with options, it would have been, if it's really round, it'd be like late 160s, I would think.
Vettel leaving Ferrari.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I did a special on this, but being Mr. Seb Vettel's biggest fan,
he's my favourite.
Is your idol. You do dress like him.
I wish I was as cool as him.
Is he going to retire?
Where else is he going to go?
Would you like to see him at Renault?
No.
Would you like to see him at Aston Martin Racing Point?
No, because I think they're going to go bust.
Would you like to see him retire?
The thing is though, you know, when you retire, you should go out on a high, and he's not gone out on a high.
It's going to be... Well, unless he just dominates 2020 and then pisses off.
Yeah, but it's not. That's not a thing, is it? That's not.
Because I think Ferrari looks.
Where would he go then? McLaren?
No, because that's where they've decided on Ricardo.
Oh yeah.
Ricardo's going to McLaren with Lando Norris, Sainz and Leclerc at Ferrari. So he hasn't really got an option.
He hasn't really. So he retires.
He's out of there.
Yeah.
And then finally, I don't know why I'm going to ask you about this, but everyone's been telling me to. Have you heard or seen any clips of my 360 since I've been?
Oh, I've heard and seen clips. All right. Would the people asking my opinion?
Yeah.
No.
People were like, I can't wait for Tony to talk about it. I'm like, oh. For those of you that don't know, this man has been so rude about that car since I even considered buying it. He has never been nice. Like, what a tractor.
No.
Yes.
Yes, actually.
Yeah. It's still quicker than your GT3 RS.
No.
It is.
It's not.
It's definitely quicker.
It's not. You've been round Paul Wallace too.
Around Nürburgring, I could lap faster than you in your GT3 RS in my 360.
No way.
100%.
Oh, we can't even shake hands and have a bet because we're not allowed because of COVID.
That's my excuse.
yeah.
Okay, thoughts?
Okay, so it does sound really good.
You haven't heard it in person, though?
I haven't heard it in person, but I did flick through the video, and I did look through it all. I flicked through it, and I heard it, and it does sound really good. What made me laugh, and I'm glad you've asked me, because it makes all that noise and it just don't go anywhere. And it reminded
What do you mean it doesn't go anywhere?
It was still there. It wasn't going anywhere. And
It's a long road. It's still there. Where's it going to go?
It reminded me of like EP3 Honda Civic Type R. It just makes a lot of noise.
You are such. I mean, honestly, we will go out for a drive at some point. You can bring any car that you like.
Okay.
Try and keep up with me.
No problem.
That will happen. You know, we've just completely debunked my whole why we haven't done a podcast, because everyone's going to be sitting there now going, why aren't you guys just recording a podcast?
Because we've fallen out.
We've fallen out. That's the YouTube gossip. Well, yeah, clearly you're not as busy as I thought, or you've been pretending, because we could have recorded an episode in this time.
No, we couldn't, because I've got to go out in a minute.
Okay, fine, it's going to go out in a minute. But yes, do not worry. More of this will be coming soon. I know a lot of you out there begging for more podcast content, and we will explore all of these topics in a lot more detail. The one thing I really want to get into, which we're not doing now, because we actually had an argument about this on WhatsApp, GT2 RS versus Pista.
Yes.
Which is better? Not which one would you want, which is better. But that we're not, because we literally had a fight about
We
this.
did have a fight, and we done a poll, and the 2RS won.
No, don't say any more. Coming soon. Right, I'm leaving now.
We just realised I haven't filmed a video, like a main seen-through class video, down at Gravelwood for ages. Sell some cars, will you?
Try.
Stay busy. So it's actually been quite nice being down here, even though Tony is a complete idiot. And I know that we just had a long chat there, basically did like a 5-minute podcast, but in all seriousness, as you can see, he's now heading off to keep working. So what is going to happen? Well, we've just planned our next 2 recordings, so episodes will continue to come out, and then basically my plan is that when Tony's not available, when he's not around, I'm going to do a few more interviews, something that I always wanted to do on Behind the Glass, get other people involved and chat to other people, but obviously as season 3 has progressed, Tony and I have just enjoyed hosting the podcast by ourselves, but I think now it's time to get some others involved. So yes, do not fear. As I've mentioned about 16 times in this video, Behind the Glass is going nowhere. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you have, and make sure you stay subscribed for plenty more videos to come.